Hi guys, welcome back to another Vlogmas video. So I recently uploaded my 5 most favourite, my 5 top makeup items that I own in my collection, and today I'm going to do the flip of that. So I'm going to do my 5 least favourite makeup items that I own. Now I don't hate or even dislike any of these makeup items here. If I did, I would have decluttered them, they would be out of my collection. But these items are products that I kind of don't use that often, or I don't get the best results from, so that is why they have found themselves in my least favourite. So to kick things off with then, I've got a project pan item, and it is my Tarte Shape Tape concealer. Now interestingly, I started off the year with this being my most favourite concealer that I have ever used. I was like, this has got great coverage, it lasts all day, it makes your dark circles disappear, and I had this one open. It's been in my project pan since January, and I also had 3 unopened, unused concealers as a backup in my collection. But then I quickly came to realise that actually I'm not that keen on this concealer, and I sold those 3 unopened concealers, and I am so glad I have, because this concealer, I mean, yes, it has great coverage, but I find that it looks quite heavy. I have it on today, and when I get quite close to the mirror, so I have a mirror here, if I get quite close to it, I can really see it, and it does separate a little bit as well, so it is quite noticeable. It's not hugely blendable, it doesn't seem to kind of like sink into your skin and provide sort of like flawless coverage. It is thick, it's full coverage, it's quite heavy. I have tried recently to wear this as a foundation. I've tried it alone, so just drawn on my face. I've mixed it in with a liquid highlighter. I've also mixed it in with a squalene oil, and no matter which method I've used, it still looks heavy, and I don't like how it looks on my skin. It's not the kind of finish I really want to be going for at the moment. I much prefer a concealer that's probably more medium coverage, but something that I can build up a little bit more as well, like my Fenty concealers. I much prefer those now to this one. So this one I wouldn't repurchase. I am very close to using it up though. Like I say, it's in my project pan, and I have started now to really scrape the size of the tube. So I am hoping by the end of the month I would have used this up. I really don't want this to be with me long at all into 2020. I'm just over it. I've used this concealer enough times now that I don't want to keep using it again in the future. So next item, let's go for an eye item. So I have 2 eye makeup items and 2 lip products. So the next one is my MAC Powersurge eyeliner. Now I use this in my video where I talked about items that I don't use that often, and if I find a way to use them, do I still like them? And I really like the eye look that I made with this eyeliner. I think I kind of used it all over the lid and then went in with Satin Taupe, I think it was Satin Taupe by MAC, an eyeshadow over the top, and it looked really nice. It was quite a sultry, grungy, khaki, smoky eye. But my use of this eyeliner since has been really, really limited. I tend to kind of only use it in my waterline, and I've got to be really particular about the eyeshadow looks that I wear this eyeliner with. It's also quite a hard pencil as well. You really have to kind of like warm it up on the back of your hand first. So that's a little bit annoying because you do end up wasting a bit of product. I love the colour though, but I do just find it really difficult to wear. It's just one that still kind of stumps me. It's one that I still have to really think about how am I going to incorporate this into a makeup look. So again, not one that I would repurchase sadly, because it is a lovely colour, but it's not really a colour I tend to wear often at all. Next eye makeup is a mascara. It's the only mascara that I have at the moment, and it is my Nars Climax mascara in a mini one. Now with this, I have it on today. I quite like how it makes my lashes look, but my goodness does this smudge. Oh my goodness, I have to be quite sort of like vigilant throughout the day, checking that it hasn't smudged underneath my eyes. Now it was my fault when I bought this. I was after a tubing mascara, but I went into Boots to get a mascara, and I was just overwhelmed with all of the makeup that Boots now seem to stock, and they had so many offers on. I didn't know what to go for. I saw this one and thought, I've never tried a NARS mascara, let's give this one a go. Plus it's a mini, and I like to buy mini mascaras over the full size ones. So yeah, it's not a tubing one, and I do think I need to stick to tubing mascaras in the future because they stay put and they don't smudge. Well, they're not meant to. So I shouldn't be surprised with the smudging with this one, but it does smudge quite a bit, more than any other mascara I've tried this year. And I don't really want to be like rubbing underneath my eye, like the delicate eye area, constantly throughout the day. And also it does make you a little bit self-conscious. You are sort of thinking, well, has my mascara smudged? So a bit of a shame this one, because I do like how it makes my lashes look. It gives it a nice amount of sort of lift and volume and definition. But the smudging, I can't deal with mascaras that smudge anymore. I've had enough. Okay, last two items are both lipsticks. First is my NYX B52 lipstick. This is, I think, a dupe for MAC Faux. Don't know why I bought it, because I own MAC Faux. It was in my 5 favourite makeup items, and that is a lipstick I will continue to repurchase. So I'm not really sure why I bought a dupe for it. Perhaps I was thinking I could save a little bit of money. Now, there is a slight difference between the two, because when I have worn them both, I do prefer how MAC Faux looks. I think B52 is slightly more glossy. Now, I don't tend to wear this lipstick often at all, because I'm going to wear Faux over this one. So this one sits unused in my collection, so I really want to get this one used up next year. And the smell is like a really sickly vanilla. It's not pleasant at all. I don't tend to notice it when it's on my lips though, but it does sort of put me off a bit when I go to apply it. I have to kind of hold my breath. So it doesn't smell very nice. It kind of gets unused in my collection. So that's really why it has found itself in my least favourite out of my collection. Not bad sort of like formulation or anything, and I would look to buy more NYX lipsticks in the future, but I tend to forget that I own this one. And then the last lipstick I want to talk about is Clinique Entwined. I did recently include this in a Shop My Stash because this is a really great autumnal shade, but this is probably the lipstick that I wear the least in my collection, and that's because I do kind of use this lipstick only in the autumn. Now, you can wear whatever colour makeup you want any sort of time of the year, but I tend to sort of stick to those like seasonal trends. So berry shades for me are very autumnal. I don't tend to wear berry shades in the spring, summer. That's kind of like pastel shades for me at that time of year. So this only gets used sort of like 3 months out of the year. But even then during the autumn, I don't wear it that often as well, because I'm not a bold, deep, berry type of lip person. It's not a shade I feel that comfortable in or that confident in. And also with this particular lipstick as well, it's not a shade you can just whack on. You have to be really precise with it. You need a lip brush, you need a lip liner to go with it as well. And like with the mascara I just mentioned, when I have this lipstick on, I'm sort of constantly checking a mirror to see that I haven't smudged it. It's not all the way up my face. I'm also sort of thinking, are people looking at me and going, that lipstick looks awful on her? So I get quite like self-conscious when I wear shades like this. Now this particular shade does suit me because I was matched to it, because with Clinique, with a particular foundation they do, I can't remember the name of it, they then match you to 3 different lipsticks. So you have like a day one, I can't remember the name of the second one, and then you've got a vampy one. So this is obviously the vampy one. I bought the other 2 lipsticks that were recommended to me, and they were beautiful, would definitely repurchase them in the future. And all 3 of those lipsticks did suit my complexion, my colouring, hair, eye colour, skin colour, whatever. So I know that this is the right type of berry shade for me, but it's still not a shade that I feel very confident in. And because of that, this probably is my least used lipstick in my collection. But I do quite like having that kind of shade, that berry shade in my collection for any makeup looks that I think it's going to suit. So that's why I haven't decluttered it. But yeah, it just doesn't really get used often at all. So those were my 5 least favourite makeup items in my collection. Please let me know in the comments down below if you have tried any of these makeup items. Do you agree with me? Do you also have any sort of recommendations of items that you think I would get on better with than these ones? Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. It is lovely to have so many of you here. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I will see you again tomorrow for yet another Vlogmas video. Bye guys!